That's what I wanted the problem to be. Okay, so I've got to get these top two equations to add up to look like what I have on the bottom. When the equations add up to look like NO plus BRCL yields NOBR and half of CL2, well then I can multiply the KCs together.
Is this gonna be like that enthalpy change stuff?
Yes, it's like the enthalpy change stuff that we did in Chem 1. The Hess's Law, that's why I asked y'all, do y'all remember Hess's Law? It's kind of like that, okay? So guys, look at the two equations that I'm giving up top. The first one starts off with 2 NOBR. Look at where I want NOBR to show up.
You're going to just swap it and make it negative? Like switch flipping.
I want NOBR to be a product, right? So do you see that means I'm going to have to flip this first equation? And I also,
Put it over one.
I want it to have a coefficient of 1. So that means I'm going to have to flip this and divide all the coefficients in half. So let's do that.
So do we have to put the KC over one?
What, I was going to ask y'all, what do I do to the KC? What all did I just do to that equation? I flipped it, right? So when you flip an equation, doesn't that mean I have to say 1 over the KC, doesn't it? Because when you flip an equation, you take the reciprocal of this. What else did I do to this equation just now? I took all the coefficients and divided them by 2. So doesn't that mean I also need to take the square root of that KC? (8.45) once I've done these functions of the reciprocal and the square root. Any questions on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
everything.
Everything?
So you lost me whenever you rearranged the equation and started talking about the coefficients.
Okay.
I was following you up until the red.
Okay, let's go back. For starters, does everybody see that I needed to take this equation in black and flip it? Do y'all see that? And do you see that I needed to take all these coefficients and cut them in half? Do you see why I had to do what I have written in red?
Yes.
You do? Tell me then, why did I do that?
Are you going to do it in the bottom too?
I don't know what I'm going to do at the bottom yet. I hadn't got that far. Tell me why I had to do that.
The coefficients dealing with.
Why did I rewrite it like this? Because I want NOBR to be on the product side, and I want it to have a coefficient of 1. Do I need to do anything to that second equation?
Yeah.
The second equation, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about BR2 plus CL2. Okay. I know that I need CL2 to show up over here on the product side, don't I? So that tells me I've got to do what? I've got to flip it. Also, I've got to half the coefficients of that one as well because I want CL2 to have a coefficient of 1/2. So take that equation and flip it. And when I flip it, it's going to say put the BRCLs on the reactant side and the bromines and the chlorines on the product side. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut all those coefficients in half.
So that means you take the square root of the KC over 1.
Exactly. That KC, I also have to take the square root of 1 over it.
373.
What'd you get?
373.
I'm going to erase it because I'm getting too much stuff. Say what?
373.
0.373. And this one was 0.845.
What was the first KC for the second?
7.2 was originally here. Okay, guys, so that you can hopefully see what I'm doing, I'm going to mark through these original ones because I really don't have those anymore. I have rearranged those to be what I've got written up there in red. So I'm gonna mark through them so that it can look really confusing. Okay? That was a joke. Does anything cancel out?
Just put it over one, and then just take square root.
Now we're on the overall reaction.
Yeah. Do you see that half of a bromine, those are the only thing that's gonna cancel out? What do I have left? What I want it to be. There's the NO. There's the BrCl. There's the NOBr. And there's the half of chlorine.
Now you get to multiply the KC.
Right, to come up with the Kc for what I have down here at the bottom, I'm going to say 8.45 times 0.373. And that's going to give me my answer.
3.2.
Yeah. I'm all right, 3.15. And 3.15 is the final answer.